are again. This is Mike Lodge. I am the business advisor. And listen, what in the world are we up on a Saturday morning? Beautiful day. We could be sleeping in bed. Maybe you are listening to me in bed. I don't know, but it's a beautiful day. Why are we even thinking about business? Well, because we have to. What happens in the business world also affects our own personal finance lives. So we have to talk about it. If we don't know, we don't understand the issues out there, we are going to be so gullible to listen to all of these people who are trying to lead you down the wrong path. Because I'm afraid that a lot of this business reporting has failed. Wall Street Journal has failed. Business Insider has failed. Instead of reporting the actual facts, they have to give a spin on what they feel about the person that they're writing about. And I see it day after day after day after day. And when you read all this stuff, you think, God, these guys absolutely are driving a misinformation campaign about a company or about an individual without even knowing what the whole business scope is. One of them, yesterday, Elon Musk announced that he's backing out of his deal with Twitter. Now, when he started this overture of trying to buy Twitter, I said, no, don't do it. You're buying a company that has too many internal flaws. And it does. If you look at the data and the people who are fake accounts, puts them into a really legal situation because they have been selling to their advertisers. Listen, we have this many people in this region or these many people in America who are on Twitter and who's going to listen to you. Then we find out that there's millions of people. They're deleting millions of fake accounts every single day. So they really don't have the numbers that they support in selling their product or their service to advertisers or to businesses who want to advertise on them because their numbers are wrong. Or soon to be wrong because Elon Musk could never get to the right numbers. Because the way that they twist and turn the numbers affects the quality and the value of that business. If they say they have 1 million users, as an example, let's say they have 1 million users, but in actuality, as you look at the numbers and audit the numbers in due diligence process of buying a company, and you only find that they only have 100,000, then you're being misled. So now Twitter has come out saying that they're going to fight Elon Musk on this purchase, but I'm sorry. But from the time that he bought the company and all of the things that have been revealed and the $100 million price tag they had to pay to the SEC, I'm sorry, there's a bunch of trouble in Twitter, or it appears to be. Why would you buy a company that has so much problems inside? I told on Twitter and on Facebook and every place else, I posted on the day he announced, I said, don't do it. Because you're buying a company that is not an open book, and there's a lot of numbers that you're going to find that are going to be screwed up. And not only that, but you had such a political drive internally that they had lost focus on the real side of their business. They got so caught up in manipulating everybody's speech that they forgot about, we're operating a business here. And that is a big problem. Once you have political thoughts going through your company and that becomes the main focus of your company to get out there and say something politically and to drive the economy politically and to drive the narrative politically and to cancel out people's freedom of speech, you have a high possibility that your business is being run unethically and very badly. So I understand why Elon Musk is now backing out. He's doing his due diligence. Due diligence is stalled because of what Twitter's doing. And now Twitter's in a situation where their stock price has gone way down. And there's more competition out there now against Twitter, that you have to wonder why analysts and all these writers and all these business things are coming after Elon Musk for making a good business decision. He's making the right decision. Because if you can't get down to the numbers in a company that you're purchasing, especially $40 some odd billion, if you cannot be confident in what the company is presenting you that you're buying, you have to back off. That's just common sense. That's what due diligence is all about, to find out what are the numbers, what's driving the company. A lot of times in due diligence, we find out that there are a lot of hidden things within the company that they're not telling the general public. Even the SEC will come after companies if they are not projecting the truthfulness of where their company stands financially. Now, I'm sure there are a lot that SEC lawsuit against Twitter that they paid $100 million for. I'm sure there are other hidden issues that Elon Musk is pulling up. But instead, what do the news do? They go after him, and they say, okay, this guy doesn't know what he's doing. This is why Elon Musk should not be buying or turning around Twitter. Well, listen, that's the perfect person who will turn around Twitter. If he's doing his due diligence and seeing the problems, he knows what to attack. But if the value of the business has gone down because of the way Twitter has run the business, allegedly, then back out. Now, Elon Musk has other issues too. They just announced that Twitter is laying off a third of its talent acquisition team. That means that they're getting rid of a good portion of their HR. The people, talent acquisition, are the individuals that go out and find the talent to bring into the company. But now they're laying them off. When you start to have layoffs, that means that you are really concerned about your financial position of that company or of any company. Number one, expense on a income statement, and I've told you this before. The financial statement, if you look down at the wages, salaries and wages, that's the largest number that's always on that financial statement. So Twitter is now having to lay off several people because there's an issue of some kind. We don't know what it is, but there's an issue. You see, due diligence is, when you're buying a company, due diligence is the most important step that you take in the process of looking to see how viable that company is. At the very beginning, you send a memorandum of understanding that you're in talks on buying this company. There is an offer on the table. However, that offer is also contingent upon verifying the data and all the information of the company. Why would you even take a company that has problems, knowing that other issues are going to pop up that you don't know about, and the other side isn't willing to tell you about? I mean, it would be interesting to know if Musk knew about that $100 million lawsuit that came in from the SEC. I can't remember if it was the SEC or the FT. I'm not quite sure which. I think it was the SEC. I'll have to go back and search. I'll give you an update tomorrow. But I did a whole blog on it, and I did a whole a whole podcast on it also. It's just that I'm old and I can't remember which government entity that's soon. It was either the SEC or the Federal Trade Commission. I think it was. I'll go back and look. I'll tell you tomorrow what it was. But it's a question. Did Elon Musk know about that, or was it just sprung on him all of a sudden, for them to settle it? So, when you see people doing their due diligence, let them do their due diligence. What they find in that process is going to determine what they're going to do. Are they going to buy the company or not buy the company? Musk decided, no, this is not the right company to buy. And I understand why. If there are unanswered questions and he can't get to those answers to those questions, there's a problem. And that is a sad situation. Business is a process. It's not about, the majority of the time, it's not about the personalities that are involved. It is not about the political side that should never be considered in the first place when buying a company. When you're buying a company, it's about the numbers. It's about that financial statement. It is about especially on a social media platform, what are the known actual users of that media? Because that's what drives sales. That's what you sell advertisers on. In the city of Austin, Texas, we have XYZ listers, and that's where they're going to focus their marketing and sales issues on. But if it only has less than what they're reporting to have, there is a problem. And we have to realize that. I have been through so many due diligences in mergers and acquisitions that you have got to understand that when you're buying a company, there are things that they try to hide. They do. They know that if you knew this, it would affect the outcome of the pricing of that company. Right now, $40 billion is probably way too much to spend on this company. So listen, in this situation, I'm going to support Elon Musk and his decision in terminating the purchase of Twitter, based on the due diligence process that he has had to go through with Twitter. Now they're going to raise their hands, they're going to stomp their feet and hit on the desk and everything else, but in the end, if they're unwilling to be truthful about the acquisition, then the person buying that company should back away. And that's what's happening. Listen, this is Saturday. Everybody go out and have a great day. If you want to have more access to me, go to my website, which is www.lodge-co.com. Click on my podcast. Click on my blogs. If you want to support me, click on buymeacoffee.com. And you can see every single blog that I publish there. And all my podcasts also. Let's do it. Let's have a great Saturday. This is Mike Lodge, the business advisor, saying have a great day.